Prayer is probably the most universal religious practice around the world and across all religions. Pretty much every religion, at some point within their worship or at some point of how they walk out their faith, prays or meditates. So, for instance, most monotheistic religions will pray to their God. Most polytheistic religions will pray to their gods or certain gods within those religions. And a lot of times, even Eastern religions practice some forms of meditation, if not prayer themselves. It's easy to see that prayer is something that almost everyone around the world has done or attempted at some point in their life. And as a Christian myself, prayer is very important to me, and I do it every day. Scriptures teach Christians to pray without ceasing, to pray for wisdom and discernment, and also gives examples of different types of prayers that prophets have prayed in the past, and even Jesus, what he prayed. That being said, Christianity doesn't really have many structured prayers for everyday life, maybe besides like blessing food. Most Christians pray when they want to or when a circumstance comes up, and oftentimes when they do pray, they pray in private and they pray silently. Christians do pray out loud and do pray in public, and normally when they pray in public, it's at a time when it seems like the circumstance is calling for a public prayer of some sorts. But oftentimes, when other religions or other people see Christians, they sometimes wonder what prayer is like for them because it is often done in private or done quietly. And it's for that reason that I've always been intrigued by Islam and how Muslims pray. Muslims pray 5 times a day, physically prostrating on the ground, and have a very structured prayer life. So I had to wonder, what would it be like if I implemented that sort of practice into my own life? And that's why I made this video, to see what it would be like to actually implement structured prayer time into my day. And just to make it more interesting, I implemented it in a way that was similar to Islam, namely by praying before sunrise, mid-afternoon, late afternoon, sunset, and then at nighttime. I do want to note that I'm only going to pray things that I feel comfortable praying as a Christian, and I'm mostly doing this video again to see what it would be like to actually have regimented prayer time into my life and see what sort of difference it makes. So without further ado, I will see you in the morning. Good morning, everyone. As you can tell, I just woke up and I did the first morning prayer just after getting out of bed. I normally get up pretty early. I normally get up before sunrise anyway, so this isn't necessarily anything new. I'm just not normally the most energetic in the morning. But yeah, so far I think it sets a good tone. Praying early in the morning sets a good tone for the day. I already kind of did this, but I'm not always exactly. It's not always something I necessarily did right when I got out of bed or anything. But this is something I normally did do quite a bit of in the past anyway, praying in the morning. But it's gonna be the midday prayers. I think they're gonna feel a little bit different. But yeah, so far I think it sets a good tone for the day. Just getting to pray to God in the morning and give him my day and give him anything on my mind and stuff like that. So it's a good start to the day, and we'll see how it goes from here. Hey everyone, just punched out of work for lunch. My house is only a few minutes away, so I'm just going to drive over to my house, eat some food, and then I'm going to do the midday prayer, or the second prayer out of the 5. Alright everyone, I just got back from work, and so it's about mid-afternoon, later afternoon, and I'm going to jump into the third prayer of the day. So and I'll give you a little bit of update of what I'm thinking before the last two prayers. All right, so I just wrapped up the 2 midday prayers, and so far I would have to say the biggest thing that stood out to me, and it was this quote that came to my mind, and it went like this: oftentimes I have built prayer into my schedule, but doing this 5 prayers a day thing so far has shown that I'm building my schedule around prayer. And there's a slight difference to it. I think it's kind of interesting. And to a certain extent, I really actually appreciate this sort of element. I appreciate that I am actually making prayer a priority in my day. And my schedule and things, I'm building around prayer. I'm not actually building prayer into my schedule, which often makes it a little bit easier to sometimes, cast it aside. But I'm actually making it the root of my schedule. And so I think that's actually really valuable and really important. That's made me actually starting to think midway here that I might want to implement more structured prayer into my own Christian life. And as I said, all the prayers I am praying so far today have been prayers I feel comfortable praying as a Christian, and are very Christian prayers, or prayers I have said in the past or I would be saying in any other sort of situation. It's just that I'm doing a more structured version of it. And so that's the thing that stood out to me so far. The midday here is that I really like the element of actually making prayer a priority, and I think that's actually really valuable, really important, and something I should do more in my own life, and I want to implement more into my own life. So that's the thing so far I'm taking away, and we'll see what I think at the very end to conclude. So stick around for more. So it's sunset time, so I'm going to jump into the 4th prayer today. And I just took a shower, as you can tell, and that actually reminded me, I think I read somewhere that a lot of Muslims will wash their hands or cleanse themselves before praying. Let me know if that's true in the comment section below. I just came across that somewhere, and I thought it was interesting. But yeah, jumping into the 4th prayer of the day, and I'll let you know my thoughts after the final one. So let's go. So I just completed the final prayer of the 5 prayers, and I'm just going to give you some of my concluding thoughts to end this video. I thought this was a very eye-opening experience. It helped me better understand the mindset behind what a lot of traditional Muslims have. It also opened my eyes to the importance of structured prayer. As I said earlier, I think I'll implement more structured prayer into my life. It's not going to probably look like the 5 prayers, the 5 prayer times that I did today, but I definitely would like to implement more structured prayer into my life, because there is value in that. I can see value in that, prioritizing prayer in my life. And I would also say it was always in the back of my head. I was always like, oh, I have to pray in a few hours. I'll be praying in a few hours. It wasn't something I necessarily dreaded. It was just something that was always back there. Actually, I even looked forward to it to a certain extent. So I think building a schedule around prayer is very important. Much like building a schedule around devotions and things like that is important in the Christian aspect. So I see value in it, and I really appreciate this experience to better understand other cultures, and also to even see ways that I can be strengthened in my own faith. So this was a very enjoyable experience. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed my journey and joined me with this as well. As always, I hope you guys liked this video. Leave a like if you did. Leave a comment and let me know what you think, what you believe about structured prayer, and just let me know your thoughts and share about your beliefs and different things like that. And as always, if you're not part of the Light the World community, we'd love to have you here. Love you to subscribe and join the community and be continually updated on this channel. So thank you everyone for joining, and as always, go out there and light the world.